Hello everyone, this is Dower here with another video, so it is, and this is basically going to be sort of a final thoughts slash review. Probably more like a final thoughts though, because if I want to do a proper review I should have like a script or something instead of mumbling and doing like I tend to do in most of my videos. But this game is a game I sort of finished recently. Now I know it is not Skyrim before. It's a different game that I finished just a couple of weeks ago, and it's a game I pretty much played throughout October. It came out in October, and I absolutely loved it. And at the moment, it's my game of the year. But the game Skyrim at the moment, which I'm playing pretty much the hell out of, might overtake that because I'm absolutely loving that. But I'll save that for another video. The game I'm talking about is Dark Souls on the PS3 and the 360. And as if you know, my last video, pretty much the last video I uploaded, was me unboxing a limited edition of it, where you got like the art book, you got the behind the scenes making of DVD, you got the soundtrack, and also you've got like the downloadable mini guide for it as well. So you do. But this is a game that I very much, pretty much got addicted to. So it did. And like there's a guy on here, Mike 8-Bit Warrior, I think MC Avenged, if you know him. He pretty much got really addicted to it as well, and pretty much loved the game as well. Pretty much more, by as much or even more than I did though. And it's a game that I wasn't going to get, but I'm actually really glad though, and it's probably one of the best purchases I've made on a game. Just one of those just sort of, just go for it purchases I made in quite a long time. It's totally worth it. Because if you think it's totally worth it after putting 77 plus hours into the game, I feel that is worth a purchase. It's just your purchase has been justified. And I felt that way with this here because it's just so many things that I could say about this game. I could say a few things. I just absolutely loved it. It's a good challenge. Like I like games. I prefer games that have a challenge rather than being very, very easy. So do, and this game definitely delivers that in spades. There's people out there who feel that this game is too hard for them. They just don't like it whatsoever. Honestly though, I have Demon's Souls, and I can say I think this is a bit more balanced and somewhat easier than Demon's Souls. Although people say this is harder. The thing I like about this here though is you don't get really punished for dying in this one as you did in Demon's Souls. Like the only thing you sort of get punished for dying in this one is by losing your souls. But like you have a chance to get them back, but if you die again then you lose all your souls then that you obtained. And pretty much the biggest amount that I lost in this was about 95,000 souls. It sucked, but I died, and before I was like 60 odd thousand souls. So I lost quite a bit of souls. So the German playthrough in this here, but the difference between this is you don't lose your health. Like if you in Demon's Souls, you pretty much be thing like soul form. And if you defeat a boss, you become like human form again. You're alive. But if you die, then you get your health back. But if you die, then your HP's halved, and that kind of sucks. But there's like an item that sort of increases that a little low, so it does. I think it's the Cling Ring. But I never finished Demon's Souls. I did a few areas, so I did. But this is about Dark Souls, and Dark Souls is just a fantastic game, though. In my honest opinion, just exploring the different areas like Anor Londo, the New Londo Ruins, Darkroot Garden Basin, and the Demon Ruins. And I love the fact that each of them are quite varied though. Like there's you have this lava volcano pretty much parts, kind of like the Demon Ruins of Lost of Sylph. You've got like the forest area, Darkroot basin slash garden. You've got the Anor Londo, as I said, it's kind of like this sort of kind of city area, but like cathedral like city. It's just these big like gothic architecture pretty much. And it is just a great game though, and just the various different types of enemies as well. Some of them just look really cool looking, so they do. So they pretty much have a kind of imagination over at From Software, the developers of the game now, and the boss battles, I have to say, are definitely a highlight though, especially when you the music kicks in though, and just this epic music kicks in, and you just fight these great boss battles like Ornstein and Smog, which is these two different boss. Pretty much, you fight them both at the same time, and Anor Londo, so you do. And boss battles are not easy in this game. Although I actually defeated the last boss in the game in one go, mainly thanks to ability I had, which pretty much made me immune to any sort of damage for like a allotted period of time. So I did. It was just called the Strong Magic Shield. I pretty much had that on. Any attack that the final boss did on me, it pretty much negated it because it didn't take any damage at all. And that pretty much got me through that final boss in one go. And I beat I beat Gravelord Nado, which is like one of the last bosses. I beat it in one go. But most of the other bosses, few other bosses I did in one go as well. There's a few other bosses that took me quite a few times, like the Ornstein and Smog, as I mentioned, and Four Kings, which was probably maybe the hardest one for me though. But eventually I got like a weapon that helped me defeat it more easily and did it solo, which was awesome. I was probably one of the ones. I was definitely the one I just went yes. When you just feel like you just did it, you just felt a just moment of admiration, just like got it, and just persevered and finally beat the boss that you really just had trouble with. And that's one of the things I love about Dark Souls, because you just try to work hard and you feel just rewarded for defeating a hard area or like a hard boss now, and that's just one of the wonders of this game though. And the thing as well is you can make sort of any character you kind of want though. Like I went with a knight, so I did. As I say, I usually go with knights for most of these kind of games. I tend to go with melee and that. They're strong melee, like tank kind of characters. Some people went with the pyromancer, so I did. Other ones with thieves, etc. But I went with the knight, and I could have done with pyromancy though. I believe you can sort of use some pyromancy, but the problem was in my playthrough I accidentally killed the guy who taught you pyromancy, because I accidentally hit him in the area and he became hostile, and I had to end up killing him. Although I found out later, if I paid the souls for absolution, basically use souls in this, you can pay for absolution, which pretty much doesn't make people you've like hit or something hostile to you anymore and things like that anymore. But it's quite a lot of souls though. It's like 2,000 souls times the soul level. So if you killed someone and like say you're level 15, you kill like an NPC, you pretty much have to owe like 100,000 souls there. So you do. So anyway, I'm gonna have to talk about more. This is gonna be a two-part though, because I have a few more things to talk about though. So I'll see you all in part 2.